I need to tell you something about what's upstairs on the top floor as well.
This is the disturbing moment a woman who killed both of her parents and lived with their bodies for 4 years was finally arrested.
My dad's body's in there.
Right, okay.
Yep.
What about your mum?
A little bit more complicated.
Okay.
That's why I said, can I go upstairs?
Where
Can I grab
will
some
we
hairbands
find your mum?
as well, if possible?
Where will we find your mum?
Okay, so upstairs there are about 5 wardrobes.
Yep.
It's behind the bed, but back next to the sink. That's the second one. Slips 5 of those into his drink. He didn't drink all of them. He only drank probably about half of 2. But yeah, when I went in the morning, this was before my mother. When I went in the morning, early hours, I got up about half an hour early, about 6 o'clock in the morning. Came in and he was gone. He was gone.
Okay.
It's I did know that this would kind of come eventually. Cheer up, at least you caught the bad guy.
I've
I
just
know, I
woken
don't
up
seem...
today and done my job.
Virginia McCullough, aged 36, poisoned her 70-year-old father who had diabetes and left him to die while she went to bed. The next morning, wearing gardening gloves, she brutally attacked her mother, who was sitting in bed listening to the radio. As her mother pleaded and tried to defend herself, Virginia struck her with a hammer before grabbing a kitchen knife and stabbing her 8 times in the neck and chest. The court heard that Virginia McCullough carried out the murders in their Essex home during the summer of 2019. To conceal the crime, she told others that her parents had gone on an extended holiday to avoid COVID. During this time, she continued her disturbing actions, using her deceased parents' pension funds to gamble, ultimately profiting over £135,000. In August 2023, police visited the family's home for a welfare check, unaware that her parents' bodies were hidden inside. No search was conducted, as there were no signs of anything suspicious. Her elaborate deception unraveled in September 2023, when a concerned GP raised the alarm after her parents missed several appointments. The bodies were eventually discovered, her father's encased in a makeshift tomb of masonry blocks secured with filler, then covered with blankets and paintings. His body was also wrapped in a sleeping bag with 11 layers of plastic and other materials. Virginia had similarly wrapped her mother's body in a sleeping bag and hidden it in a wardrobe in the top floor bedroom. Today, Virginia was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum term of 36 years.
Wow, wonder shall never cease to end. Did you just hear all those things? 4 good years, she killed both parents. And she was living in that house comfortable without no glitch, no remorse, no nothing. And at the same time again, so are you telling me that for good 4 years, the neighbors, this is why I said, if it were Nigeria, neighbors will come out and say, we did not see Mr. Lagbaja, Mrs. Lagbaja, what is going on? They will snoop. They will snoop. You cannot do that in an African country. They will snoop and ask you question that, where are your parents? No matter how much excuse you give them, the day you will not be in that house, they will go and ransack that house. So for good 4 years, the neighbors did not think to say, where are your parents? Or call the cops, call the police to say, we have a feeling something is wrong in this house. We've not seen our neighbors, both the man and the woman. We've not seen. And their daughter is saying that they're gone on an holiday. Holiday that took them 4 years. 4 years. Even to the extent, GP. This is why we say GP sometimes are lacking. They are lacking in terms of checking up on our elderlies. They are lacking. So it took them 4 years. It took the GP 4 years to actually raise an alarm that They are worried. Wow. I am flabbergasted. I am shocked. Is there any other name I can call it? She was confident, and she was even saying, I know this is coming. One day is coming. I know you people will come one day. Wow. So how is she coping? Living with that kind of thing. This is why I'm a little bit concerned. How is she coping? You mother both parents, and science fiction. You know, all these things that we watch, She must, for the fact that they cannot perceive any smell. Do you know the cops came in? They too can't perceive any smell. They cannot perceive anything smelling. Nothing is smelling, because she has done all the decay treatment and everything. She has bundled them. Wow. Baba, I give you hand, woman. No. I give you hand. Wow. This is... So, is it that our siblings too did not see their parents for good Christmas? 4 good Christmas, 4 good Easter, 4 good birthdays, and they are not even hearing from them in terms of contacting them to say, okay, let's have mom's and dad's number. Let's contact them to see how they're faring. Did she too, kill those ones too? Because I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm a little bit shocked. I don't get it. For good 4 years. 4 years. And they're living in that house. And she too, she's living in that house. Well, they're not living anymore. They're dead for good 4 years. For good 4 years, the neighbors cannot... UK. We need to change our attitude. Our attitudes need to be changed towards our neighbors. It needs to be changed towards neighbors that you see on a day-to-day basis. Neighbors that you see, you know they are in and out. You know what time they come out, what time they go for a walk, what time they go for GP. You know, but still, you do not think it's expectable from you as a neighbors, to say, let me see what is going on. So that means, are you telling me the man and the woman that has been living there for years, for decades, don't have any community, influence? Don't have any, when communities are doing things, don't get involved with it. Are you telling me that the neighbors, if they are traveling to so and so, they will not say, oh, we are traveling here, so they just keeping to themselves? Wow. I am shocked. Oh, please put your own 2 cents there in the comment. Let me know what you think. Is she okay? No matter what the parents must have done to her, I don't think that, they should have died that way. I don't think so. I don't think so. You shouldn't go to the extreme lengths to take another person's life, someone you cannot create. Death and life comes from God. Oh shoot. So, and she was happy living in that house for 4 years. She's sleeping very well. She's eating very well, even eating the pension money of her parents, gambling it away or whatever it is. Wah, wah, wah. I am shocked. See, I know how to talk. I am very social. But this one, okamilenuko. Okamilenuko. Meaning that I cannot translate it in English. I'm sorry. Get a translator. Chalet. Please share and like. Let everybody know that. Beware of people. Beware of neighbors. Oh dear.